Welcome, future directors. Grab your scripts, take your seats, and get ready, because today we're putting you right in the center of the action. You're tuning into our Grade 7 Drama Application Task Explainer, and we're going to look really closely at exactly what it takes to master stage direction analysis. If you've ever wondered how actors know exactly what to do, or how a director crafts a scene that just gives you goosebumps, you are in the exact right place. Today is all about unlocking the hidden secrets of a script. But first, I've got to ask you something. Think about your absolute favorite movie or play. How do we read what isn't actually spoken? How do you figure out a character's true motivation when their dialogue doesn't really give you the whole story? Someone might say, "I'm fine," but their hands are shaking and they won't even make eye contact. The spoken words say one thing, but those hidden clues, the stage directions, they tell us the absolute truth. Mastering these unspoken clues is exactly what separates a good reader from a great director. All right. Let's take a quick look at today's rehearsal schedule for this explainer. We'll start with the drama application task, move on to decoding the blueprint, hit evidence-based stage directions, look at structuring your analysis, and finally wrap up with your transfer practice. Let's dive in.
Section 1. The drama application task.
So, for your upcoming Unit 2 assignment, you aren't just reading a play like a regular book. I'm challenging you to step fully into the director's chair. You're taking creative control here. As a director, your main gig is translating a script's structural elements into a meaningful performance. But how do you know you're doing it right? Well, just like any complex job, you use a manual. The Common Core Grade 7 English literacy standards basically act as your director's manual. They give you the exact academic requirements you need to translate ink on a page into the dynamic, living reality of a play. By grounding your creative choices in these standards, you make sure your performance is both wildly engaging and deeply analytical.
Moving on to Section 2. Decoding the blueprint.
To build that knockout performance, we've got to read our architectural blueprint, the specific reading standards for literature that guide our analysis. Let's look at standard RL73. Analyze how particular elements of a story or drama interact. This might be how a dark, stormy setting shapes a character's fear, or how a specific prop changes the plot. The crucial point here is that drama is inherently active. None of these elements exist in a vacuum. The setting, the lighting, the dialogue, and the stage directions, they are all constantly interacting with the characters. And as the director, you've got to track these interactions to see the full picture.
To really nail this, we need to totally shift our mindset. In the past, you might have just focused on summarizing a plot or determining a theme, basically just saying what happened. But hey, as a 7th grade director, you're moving way past just summarizing. Now you're analyzing exactly how the structure, like a really specific stage direction, actually builds the meaning and drives the emotion of the whole scene.
That brings us to Section 3. Evidence-based stage directions.
Listen, it's not enough to just have a gut feeling about a character. A real director has to prove their choices using hard evidence from the script to get the actors on board. Notice the specific wording of Standard RL 7.1. It explicitly says you must cite several pieces of textual evidence to support both what the text says explicitly and the inferences you draw from it. In 6th grade, citing one piece of evidence might have cut it. But as a 7th grader, the bar is higher. You need several pieces to back up your directorial vision. If you're inferring a character is lying, well, you need multiple clues from the text to actually prove it.
Let me model this for you. Think of this as the I do phase of our explainer. It all boils down to a super simple equation. Stage directions equal clues to character motivation. Imagine a script says, John slowly closes the door, leaning his forehead against the wood, exhaling deeply. Now, John didn't say a single word there. But through that stage direction, I can totally infer that John is exhausted, overwhelmed, or maybe just relieved. That stage direction is the exact explicit evidence I'm citing to prove my inference about his internal motivation.
All right, Section 4. Structuring your analysis.
Now that we know what to look for, let's transition into the we do phase. We're going to look at exactly how to use our writing standards as the tools you need to build a solid, evidence-based argument for your directorial choices. It's just a simple 3-step process to link a stage direction to a character trait. Step 1. Make a claim about the character's motivation or the scene's mood. Step 2. Cite several pieces of textual evidence. Pull those italicized stage directions directly out of the script to fulfill RL 7.1. And Step 3. Explain the interaction. Basically, tell me how that evidence proves your claim, fulfilling RL 7.3. This structure guarantees your analysis is rock solid.
Because we can't forget that reading and writing totally go hand in hand. Writing Standard 9 demands that you draw evidence directly from the literary text to support your analysis and reflection. You aren't just making things up because they sound cool, you're acting like a literal literary detective, carefully extracting evidence from the text to build a really compelling argument about your drama.
And finally, Section 5, your transfer practice.
Okay, this is honestly the most exciting part of this explainer, the you-do phase. I'm officially handing the director's chair over to you for your independent application task. Here's your call sheet for your assignment. You might want to pause or grab a screenshot of this checklist right now so you know the exact parameters. Ready? First, you'll read the assigned drama excerpt carefully. Second, identify the key stage directions. Find where that hidden action lives. Third, apply that three-step analysis structure we just talked about. Fourth, make sure you cite several pieces of textual evidence for RL71. And lastly, analyze the structural interaction. Show me exactly how those stage directions shape the meaning of the scene.
Ultimately, the whole shebang boils down to one simple truth. Master the standards, master the stage. By treating the Common Core standards as your essential director's manual, you're doing way more than just finishing a 7th grade assignment. You're proving you can independently crack the code on complex texts. You're learning how to read between the lines and literally back up your opinions with hard proof, which is an absolute game changer of a skill you'll use for the rest of your life.
So, I'm going to leave you with a final provocative thought to chew on as you head into your assignment. The script is written, the stage is totally set, and the actors are just waiting for your cue. The evidence is all right there, hiding in the stage directions. Are you ready to step up, claim the director's chair, and direct the narrative? I absolutely cannot wait to see the incredible analysis you create. Good luck with your transfer practice, directors.